Great. It was beautiful. That was beautiful. That story Doug told. You can't write stuff like that. It's great. Let me breathe a little bit. This morning at 9 o'clock, when it's time for us to shower and get ready to come to work, to work. The church, the power went off. Now Rachel has a window in her bathroom, and she could see in there, but I don't. So I took a flashlight, went in the bathroom, and shaved with cold water. Because the hot water heater's on the opposite end of the house, it takes a long time for it to get there. And I didn't want to waste any water because I had to shower, you know. So anyway, I came to appreciate electricity very much, and hot water. And I was thinking, the thought for the day is, life is an education. So pay close attention here. There you go. All of these little bumps in the road is just to learn from, you know. And there's a lesson in all of it. Well, pay attention. So pay attention. All right. Wally was born and raised in Natchez, Mississippi, right on the border of Mississippi and Louisiana. And he was born into a godly home. When he was about 13 years old, he accepted the supreme sacrifice that the Messiah gave to us, became a Christian, and was on his road to being a godly man as well. He was in church every time the doors opened for whatever reason, and he would even go to neighboring churches to Bible studies and seminars and singings and that sort of thing. And it was at a Rocking for Jesus concert in Jackson, Mississippi, that he noticed this little dark-haired, brown-eyed girl. The prettiest thing he had ever seen. So he couldn't pay attention to the concert because of thinking about the little girl and looking at her. And he came to the conclusion, I must meet that little girl before I leave her tonight. So he boldly went up to her and introduced himself. And after a long conversation, he noticed that Beth was a delightful young lady. They exchanged phone numbers and called each other every day the next week and started dating that next weekend. A year later, they got married in the gazebo on the square in Natchez, Mississippi. Both of them were hardworking and had a spirit of entrepreneurship. And they worked hard, and it was his dream to have a fleet of semis. So they worked hard, saved their money for 2 years, and had the down payment on the first semi. They bought it, and he would haul anything, anywhere, just to build a business. So she kept her job, he drove the semi, they saved their money, and bought a second one. Now they have a fleet of 2 semis, and things are going well for them. So they've been married about 4 years, and Beth was with their first offspring. So by this time they had the second semi, and he had hired his good friend Joel to drive the second one. So when it came time for delivery, or close to time, Wally would take the short runs and Joel would take the long runs, so he could be there on that blessed day. So the day came, and a beautiful little girl was born to Beth and Wally. So now that the little girl was there, Beth had more responsibilities at home, so she quit her job and started what is it?
Here.
Who gets the loads for the trucks?
Broker. Dispatcher. Broker.
Broker. So she started a broker business to find loads for semis so they wouldn't have to run empty. So not only for Wally's trucks, but for other people as well in the business group. And after a little while, when Wally thought that Beth and the little baby would be okay by themselves, he went on the road to get on the long hauls. His first trip was from Wildwood, right down the road here, to Denver, Colorado with a load of watermelons. So he got loaded and he went up 75 to Chattanooga, got on Interstate 24, up to 57, and got on Interstate 70, headed for Denver. Driving, you know, hearing the engine roar and just sitting there with the cruise control on, there's plenty of time for thinking. And he started thinking about all the truck drivers that he had talked to that had been to Denver and all the exotic type animals and foods there was in Denver that you couldn't find anywhere else. And oddly enough, he had never been to Denver. He had driven through Colorado several times, but never to Denver. So he was passing billboards that said McDonald's, Burger King, Bubbalicious Barbecue, you know, but he was holding out for dinner in Denver. So he gets to Denver, finds his destination for the load, and oddly enough, there was somebody there to unload. And while they unloaded, he unhitched the tractor and went and found a motel room, took a shower, and dressed for dinner. He came out of the motel room, and right across the street, strip motel with a restaurant at the end. Big Joe's Exotic Fare was the name of it. So he said, wow, that must be a sign, you know. So he crosses the street, goes up to the door, and there's a sign beside the door that says, if we can't fill your order as you ordered it, we will give you $500. Wow, maybe I'll get an exotic meal and $500. So he started thinking. The hostess showed him to his table. The waitress came with the water and menu. He opened the menu and read, and sure enough, it was like kangaroo stew, lion steaks, gator nuggets, that's on and on, you know, just things that you couldn't find in other restaurants. So he was thinking, now what can I do to have my chance at $500? So he thought, the waitress came to take his order. He said, I'll tell you what I want. He said, I'd like a elephant ear sandwich on rye bread, slightly toasted. He wrote it down just like it was just a regular thing to do. Went in the kitchen with the order. About 1 minute later, the double doors burst open, and here come the owner to the table. Laid down 5 $100 bills. And he said, sir, I've owned this restaurant and managed it for 10 years. Never had to give away that $500. This is the first time we've been out of rye bread.